Have you ever wondered what's past the first 8 levels of the Backrooms? Let me tell you this, you really don't want to know. But if you are curious, then proceed on through the video and see the deeper Backrooms levels. Level 18. Survival Difficulty Class 1. Safe, secure, and a minimal entity count. Level 18 is the 19th level of the Backrooms, and it resembles a childhood memory from your past. Description. Level 18 appears to be different to every viewer. However, every viewer has noted it similar to a childhood memory. The age range of this childhood memory ranges from 2 to 5 years old, and the most common appearance it can undertake is a preschool or a daycare. However, in cases where neither are present, it will resemble things such as a childhood bedroom, a classroom, or a playground. In very rare cases where the wanderer in question will have no such memories, the room will resemble an empty void and will not affect the wanderer. Level 18 has numerous voices whispering to you whilst wandering. These voices can whisper a variety of things, however, the most common things it'll whisper are your biggest regrets or biggest mistakes. It is unknown how the room gains knowledge of these events, and as such, it is nearly impossible to suppress these voices. Level 18 is also capable of resurfacing deep-seated memories, which are forgotten. For example, dead childhood animals can be found and will often cause the wanderer to enter a deep emotional state, even if they have no memory of the animal. Allergies are suppressed through unknown means. Level 18 has been known to be addicting to certain wanderers, and some actively choose to stay on this level. There is no harm posed in this level, and it provides all the materials required for survival. The level itself has no threats around and is known to enjoy company. On level 18, a rare entity can be found which helps guide wanderers through the floor. This entity is called the Plush Dino and resembles a dinosaur plushie. The plushie is sapient and capable of movement. Throughout the floor, it can be seen wandering around. Due to the effects on the floor, the fact that the plushie induces content emotions, it is unknown whether or not harm is possible to the plush. It is incredibly helpful, typically appearing with some materials such as food and water to provide to the wanderer. Entity 198, or the Plush Dino, is the sole entity which inhabits level 18. The entity resembles a plush-filled dinosaur who is capable of movement, and the dinosaur typically stays in a dormant state, and will make no reaction to movements. However, when it senses someone who is in a distressed state on level 18, it will enter its active state. In this state, its textile skin becomes pink and it grows a pair of legs, which are also made of textile covering. Once finished converting to its active state, which takes about 20 seconds, it will begin to seek out the individual who experiences distress. Once Entity 198 locates the individual in question, it will begin to help guide them around. It will typically wander in a joyful motion and will take breaks often. Sometimes, it may beg to be cuddled or else held. It appears to sleep and will choose to do so. It requires no sustenance, though it can eat given food. It is known to be very appreciative and will always act joyful and thankful in the event if it is given anything. It is incapable of speech, however, it is very capable of speaking through actions. Bases, outposts, and communities. The Children. This outpost is largely inhabited by a group of 20 to 25 people, all of whom spend their time on level 18, most notably referring to it as their lifestyle. They don't do much beyond staying on the level and don't like the Plush Dino. Entrances and exits. Entrances. This level has no consistent entryway due to it largely being based upon the wanderer themselves. Most commonly, wanderers appear whenever they experience a resurgence of memories. However, there's been noted to be a consistent entrance on level 17, despite being rare. Exits. Exits have been noted to take place in notable places. However, the most simple method is to turn around and leave, which will take you to level 19. If you happen to encounter the Plush Dino, you can follow him for an extended period, which will take you to the level you desire to go. However, this method is known for sometimes taking extended periods of time. Level 25 is the 26th level of the Backrooms. It's resembling a long-abandoned video game arcade containing... Nah, I'll just restart. Here's level 25. It's where I currently am, and it's the location I'm going to be describing to you all one way or another. As much as I may dislike those template pages and articles given to me by the MEG, I'm still going to keep my thoughts and observations still and proper, like a true writer. I mean, I am absolutely not a good writer. I think I failed all my college and high school assignments on English. That really drive the point home. I feel like I'm trying, though. Just in case anyone finds these notes. Actually, no. I don't like how cryptid or stupid that sounds. I should really preface this by saying that I am not stuck here. Quite the opposite, actually. In fact, I'd say this level is the easiest to ever leave. I'm not somewhere like a level 256 or level 790. I'm not dead or stuck here. Let me properly gather my thoughts again. So, level 25 is a large video game arcade room. I named it level 25 for a very special reason, but that reason is something I'll have to get back to for now. I feel like I should take some notes and pictures on the general architecture of this level. So without further hesitancy, level 25. Level 25 on the surface is just an arcade. A pretty busted one at that. However, I feel like this level holds a pretty big secret too, or at least a bigger picture than some random arcade level. This place is somewhere I like to call the Quarter Hub. The layout of level 25 is surprisingly small, actually. From my few weeks of walking, I have actually hit the end of the Quarter Hub before, albeit only once. I'd say this level is about 8 to 10 miles long because of that. This whole thing is coated in dust and signs of mellowing, from the aforementioned dust to fading paint on the arcade and all the colors of the wall paint, all the way to the occasional finding of mold, faulty electrical outlets, and dripping water from the pipes above the polyester ceiling. The rooms themselves, all sort of shapes and sizes, and usually all contain arcade cabinets. Even the hallways that intersperse the large playrooms, as I'll dub them, can have one or two arcade machines placed within them. Level 25's arcade cabinets are mostly wrecked, with this damage being intentional. I could spot burn marks and smashes from baseball bats and other blunt weapons, even bullet holes in a few. I think it's the first time I've ever seen bullet holes in years, in fact. Unfortunately, when it comes to the layout and shape of level 25, that's basically all I can log without looking deeper. This level is extremely void of depth and detail. I'm not exactly a big traveler, but most levels I've been to have had a lot more than just destroyed arcades. Which is why this level is much more than just that. There's something deeper to this level. Something which I can only go into describing via explaining and detailing more about what these arcade machines are and what they can all do, at least for the working ones. Out of all the arcade machines I've found, I want to say I've only discovered about 20 working ones. At first I initially got here, I tried about 15 machines, however, the ones that work are honestly rather incredible. Here are some of the places I can go within level 25. Maybe now you'll see why I named this level the Quarter Hub. These machines are a hub to, well, in their prime, I'm sure that these arcade machines could have led to all kinds of Backrooms levels, but maybe some we don't even know about yet. The reason for the name Quarter? Well, there's a slight fee for these machines, as there is with any arcade. These cabinets allow you to both your average American quarter and a second larger opening underneath that for, I'm assuming, what is another type of currency. Activating these machines themselves is rather easy. After inserting a coin, all you gotta pretty much do is try to play the game, which will take you to the level the cabinet is tethered to. For each time I've done this, there's been an arcade behind me. Though each arcade I've seen has clearly been damaged and exposed to the elements. They always still work decently, though. This level connects to many, many others. It acts as a hub of sorts. For what or why, I don't really know. I didn't make these, but I feel that someone most likely did. Who had the power to make these? I'm not sure, but I know why, or at least I feel I do. There's some big group or organization here once. I bet they use this level as their method of traveling various bases on these levels. Not really the person to be trying to describe these. I'm not an investigator, and I definitely don't have the full piece of the puzzle. I'm leaving these notes right by where I arrived in level 25. I'm well aware that if you find any arcade cabinets in other levels, then you can get to level 25. However, this level, as I've already described, is not one of particular size, and I think you'll be able to find my notes rather easily. For how I got here, I found an odd door inside level 4. It resembled a janitor's closet in a way. Simply heading in through the door will take you to level 25, where you'll find one of these very notes. In terms of existence, I found arcades from level 19, 50, 165, and level 5. And a server level I'm not too all familiar with. So, what do I think this place is? Well, I think it's an old commercial hub, I think, for some random group of who knows how long ago were able to make the arcades, or the whole of level 25 for all I know, and possibly made a profit off this very easy transport. Probably by the various bases of residents of however many bases they used to have. I don't know where they could be. Maybe they're long dead or hiding in one of these arcades on a level. We don't know. I certainly don't know. So some other people can figure this out where I can't. Level 25. Survival difficulty class 0. Safe, secure, and devoid of entities. Level 25 resembles a long-abandoned, faintly ransacked, and looted video game arcade building. It was initially discovered on 12/7/17. Description: Level 25 is comprised of large, echoey rooms that are often filled with arcade machines. These rooms are coated with a constant yet thin layer of dust on the floor, as well as on the various ledges or shelves that could be oftentimes found nailed into the tall, often maroon-painted walls. Interspersed within the gaming rooms of level 25, wanderers will often locate smaller, less inviting hallways. These backscene areas will often be empty, though have been known to infrequently contain boxes or old, long, unsteamed and freezing boilers. The latter of which often contains the usual expected backroom supplies such as almond water or general snack-based foods. While the entirety of level 25 is yet to be explored, similar to almost all documented levels, level 25's rough length and width have been estimated to be some 8.5 miles from north to south at about 9.2 miles wide from east to west. Arcade cabinets. Level 25 is mainly occupied and decorated by video game arcade machines, resembling those to the early mid-1980s. An extremely large majority of them have been ransacked, scavenged, or otherwise bent or broken in a variety of ways and methods. Oftentimes, entire rooms of this location are littered with these deactivated or battered down video game cabinets. The machines that do work, which is about 1 in every 1,500 machines, are retrofitted with the capacity to take their current user to a predetermined level of the backrooms, simply by inserting a quarter into these cabinets and interacting with them. An item that can be found rather commonly within the boxes and corners of level 25. The user will be teleported into another level of the backrooms. This trip is not a one-sided connection too, as another arcade machine will always be discoverable either behind the wanderer or within 100 feet of their current position. However, since these cabinets have simply been left out of the elements for a presumed large span of time, the functionality of them can often be patchy and irregular, with the cabinet tethered to level 10 having gone entirely non-functional due to water damage. The arcade machines and the levels they are tethered to do not correlate to the aesthetic or namesakes. However, the MEG and other independent persons have been known to leave hints to the environment on the other side, or a simple level number anywhere on the devices. Bases, outposts, and communities. There are no known bases, outposts, or communities on this level. Entrances and exits. Level 25's entrances and exits are virtually identical, as the arcade machines to enter or leave level 25 can be found both in this level and other tethered levels. The unique entrance to level 25 is in level 4, whereby a single door resembling that of a janitor's closet can be occasionally spotted in isolated small rooms at the aforementioned office level. For exits, however, working arcade machines have been known to transport to the following levels: Level 0, Level 5, Level 9, Level 10, Level 11, Level 19, Level 24, Level 29, Level 37, Level 50, Level 90, Level 108, Level 120, Level 414, Level 150, Level 165, Level 188, Level 201, Level 790, Level 888. Level 117. Survival Difficulty Class 4. Unsafe, unsecure, and a medium entity count. Level 117 is the 118th level of the Backrooms. Description: Level 117 consists of seemingly infinite number of rooms. These rooms are connected directly through doorways and resemble school classrooms. The rooms are very similar in design with slight variations, often featuring chalkboards, desks, and cabinets. Occasionally, school supplies such as pencils and binders can be found around the level. The level is lit by lighting fixtures in the ceiling, some of which are burnt out. Level 117 has an 18-hour day-night cycle, with 7 hours dedicated to day and 11 hours dedicated to night. During the nighttime, all the lighting fixtures will switch off and janitors will begin to roam the halls. Smilers can occasionally be seen in the darker corners of Level 117, but are rarely seen at night. Some reports say this is because they are afraid of the janitors, but this is not confirmed. Entities. Aside from Smilers, there are two main entities that can be found in Level 117. The janitors and an entity who calls himself Mr. Freeman. Mr. Freeman can be occasionally seen during the daytime, teaching in empty classrooms. This usually consists of the entity giving lectures about topics found in high school level algebra and geometry classes to the empty classroom. Some say there is more than one identical Mr. Freeman, and these reports are unconfirmed. Mr. Freeman is friendly to wanderers and may invite them in to listen to his lectures if he sees them. Janitors are the most common entity found in Level 117. They appear as shadowy figures wearing navy blue uniforms and carrying flashlights. Janitors also often carry around large brooms and trash cans and will sweep the floors of the classrooms. They will not react to wanderers unless the wanderers get very close. When a wanderer gets close to a janitor, the janitor will quickly engulf that person in shadow. Afterwards, the janitor will return to his cleaning duties, with the person no longer being there. It is unknown what happens to people engulfed by janitors, but there have been several unconfirmed reports of these people reappearing as students in Level 52. Because of the janitors, it is inadvisable to visit Level 117 during the nighttime. Bases, outposts, and communities. There are no known bases, outposts, and communities in Level 117. This is likely due to the danger that the janitors pose during the nighttime. Entrances and exits. Entrances. The primary method of reaching Level 117 is by entering classrooms in Level 83, which very occasionally will lead to Level 117. Some people have also had success entering through Level 18, but this is not reliable. Exits. Some rooms in Level 117 contain cupboards labeled calculators. When entered, they lead to Level 4. There are also reports of no clipping through the walls to reach Level 190. This is not yet confirmed. Red doors can also be found rarely through the level, and when entered, lead to Level 74. Level 118. Camp. Survival Difficulty Class E. Unsecure, hostile environment, and a minimal entity count. Level 118 is the 119th level of the Backrooms. Description: Level 118 appears to be an abandoned front rooms campground. It is always nighttime here, and there are only a few malnourished Volps here, but this level should be still considered extremely dangerous. Volps are an entity in the Backrooms that have two tails and a long snout. They look very similar to foxes and can tell whether you're an entity or not. They are typically hostile towards wanderers. The danger not coming from the entities, but the environment. When you first enter Level 118, it seems perfectly safe. You're greeted by a welcoming Smokey the Bear sign, and there's enough light coming from the lanterns in the tents to see the ground. However, the innate hostility of the level will soon become apparent if you stay here for too long. There are 6 tents scattered around the level. Sleeping in any of the tents at the campsite may spontaneously cause a forest fire. although the level will heal any damage it does to itself. And taking the lantern from one will cause acid rain to fall until you put it back, so you should bring your own light sources. The acid rain will only damage you and your clothes, not the Volps or anything that's part of the level. The entire level is enclosed by a chain link fence. If you try to climb over the fence that encloses this level, it will extend upwards so you won't be able to get over. At the same time, the fence will drop to 5 degrees above absolute zero, causing immediate frostbite. This usually causes all of your fingers to fall off. Trying to cut the fence will make your tools melt even when the fence is cold. Near what would be the entrance of the campsite is an unlocked 1998 Range Rover, the same color as the pine trees surrounding it. Entering the back seat of the car starts a gas leak, which will not stop flowing while you're in the level. It will inevitably cause an explosion if you start a forest fire with the tents. If you enter from the front seat, nothing seems to happen, but starting the car skips the gas leak entirely and just blows up the whole thing. If you turn on the radio, it plays a high-pitched note at 200 decibels, so it makes your ears bleed until you turn it off again. If you open the trunk, it will release a poisonous gas that can be counteracted by almond water. Even the Smokey the Bear sign has some properties. Trying to pull it out of the ground causes a tree to fall on you. If you're fast enough, you can dive out of the way though. This tree will biodegrade and regrow itself in its original spot over the span of 30 seconds. Spinning the sign will also spin the car keys in the exact same way, and causes the exact same explosion. Whenever the level is empty, it seems to reset itself in preparation for the next wanderer. Also, staying long enough in this level starts to let events trigger themselves without human intervention. With this near-intelligent hostility and behavior in mind, you could make the argument that the level itself is an entity. Bases, outposts, and communities. There are no bases, outposts, or communities inside this level. Entrances and exits. Entrances. If you wander for long enough in level 135, you may find yourself in this level. However, nobody can remember exactly how this works. Exits. Opening the hood of the Range Rover will transport you back to level 135. Level 119. Survival difficulty class 4. Unsafe, unsecure, and a medium entity count. Level 119 is the 120th level of the Backrooms. Level 119, much like level 58, seems to be an abandoned water park. It contains infinite slides, which some have special effects when riding. Although none of the slides are rusty on the outside, for some reason they are on the inside. The cause for this is unknown. A unique effect in this level is the effect it has on sanity. When in this level, your sanity will gradually increase or decrease randomly, the cause of which is unknown, although some people theorize that something is watching you and can mess with your sanity as it pleases. This is unconfirmed as there is not enough evidence. Only 2 people have spoken about it. Sometimes you could see eyes from either below or above the slide when riding. These are most likely hallucinations that happen as your sanity decreases. Most of the time you won't see them due to the effect where your sanity increases and decreases randomly, as described above. Another unique similar effect to level 77 casinos is that some of the slides will randomly disappear in a blink of an eye, sometimes coming back just as quickly. Everyone in the slide will fall to their death unless they are not to the height where they can get a serious injury or die. The slides can sometimes glitch into each other, making sliding down them completely impossible. If you get stuck on a slide that is glitched into another slide, the area you are in, most likely extremely cramped because of the most slides being thin and not wide, will flood. The cause of this is unknown, however, you lose oxygen much slower, making the process of oxygen deprivation and dying much slower. Although there's an extremely low chance of this to happen, the chances increase the more time you spend in level 119. List of slide effects. There are approximately 982 slide variations in this level. We only have documented the most common for convenience. Do not try to go into the undocumented ones, as they are probably dangerous. Blue slides. Blue slides will always transport you to the blue channel. Red slides are always infested with partygoers, although they have no effects, which is likely the reason partygoers choose the slides. Black and white slides. Black and white slides cause instant death. Yellow slides. Yellow slides transport you to level 0. These slides are considered to be the safest exit in the slide in the level. Pitch black slides. They are infested with slimers, and if you somehow make it through the slimers, you'll be teleported exactly in the middle of the smiling room. Orange slides. Has an exact 50% chance to teleport you to either level 2.2 or the Hive. Pink slides. Summons approximately 3 to 4 partygoers in the level. Don't worry, this slide is completely safe. We won't hurt you. Gray slides. Gray slides have multiple grooves inside the holes in the slide. Beige slides. Sends you to the end. Entry is inadvisable. These slides also glitch out frequently. Entities. Smilers and partygoers can be occasionally seen roaming around this level. Bases, outposts, and communities. There are no known bases, outposts, or communities on this level. Entrances and exits. Entrances. You can find a water supply in the store in level 11, which is weirdly named Almwater. Entering the store will make you pass out, eventually waking up in level 119 when the exit gone. Exits. Listed above, you can lead through various slides. A different way without the slides to travel approximately 91.87 kilometers and find a glass sliding door. This will lead you to level 11. Hello everybody, I just wanted to say thank you for watching all the way through, and if you would consider dropping me a little subscribe. It's like 5 seconds for you and helps me out a whole ton. Anyway, I'll see you guys in the next video.